Hey everyone, welcome to Hauscast. This is our first official episode of our podcast. My name is Jeremy Steinhausen, got my dad with me, Frank
Steinhausen.
And this is a place for us to be talking about real estate. Myself, I'm pretty new to the game, so I want you guys to come on a journey with me as we kind of understand where real estate is right now in the Durham region, and as well as the GTA in general, and kind of leeching off of you, figuring out how do we do it properly. You know, how long have you been at this now?
Well, I started in May of 1988. So
88.
It's an eternity.
It's been some time, huh?
It has been a long time. I got my license in 88. Worked for a great brokerage who gave me lots of training.
Yeah.
Which is a hard thing to get these days, training for new agents.
Yeah, it's definitely something that kind of, when you're getting your feet wet in this, you really need to surround yourself with the right people. That really helps, right?
Yeah.
What made you go for real estate, though? What was the jumping point for you that kind of made you decide?
I worked for CP Rail. I was in their IT department and loved the job, but I found out that I could only go so far because I didn't have a university education. I've got college, night school and all that, but not a university education. So I explored different options, and real estate really sort of grabbed me.
What was the kind of your introduction to real estate? What kind of brought you in? How'd you find it, you know?
Well, I bought my first house in 1983 with two other gentlemen.
With the boys, huh?
With the boys, exactly. We bought a house together in 83, stayed there for 3 years. We sold our house then. And then I bought my own house, and the agent that I had he was okay, but it just seemed so simple. I was like, gosh, he's making a lot of money for what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I explored the options, and I thought, this is something I could get interested in.
Yeah. Where was that first house?
The first house was in East York that I had with the boys. Then I moved to Scarborough, and that's where actually my brokerage was for 5 years that I worked for, called Robert Case Realty, who no longer around, but they had a great training program. So much respect for them. Yeah,
I remember finding in a box you guys had all these printouts of the of how well every real estate agent is, how well they're doing. I mean,
yes, yeah. Actually, it's funny. I thought it was such an easy business at first because that was when it was a boom when I got into it.
Yeah,
and we used to put a little ad in the paper. 30 words in the Toronto real estate, the Toronto Star, and we get 20 to 30 calls from buyers. And we get to pick and choose.
What a different time, huh?
Yeah, we get to pick and choose who we work with. Huh. And I remember, when was it? February of 89, market was just booming. And I had, are you sitting down? Of course you are. I had 9 sales that month, only 4 months in the business.
Are you kidding?
I had 9 sales. I thought, my gosh, this business is easy.
That's a high bar for me.
But then, March of 1989, the phone stopped ringing.
Oh, yeah?
That's when the market turned. We all know, well, we don't all know about that, the young guys.
That was your Black Friday, huh?
Yeah, that was kind of like a Black Friday. The phones just stopped ringing.
Yeah.
And at that stage, it was a tough go. It was really a tough go. A lot of agents dropped out because it just wasn't that easy, because everybody thought it was an easy business.
Yeah, quick paycheck, you know?
Yeah, a little stat for you here. I graduated with 32 people in my class. After 5 years, there were only 2 of us left in the business.
That's it, eh?
2 of us. That was it. Because the market dropped and dropped and dropped till about 1996.
Yeah. That stat probably holds pretty true today still, so many people get the real estate license, they think it's a easy part-time job, make a couple of bucks on the side, and people just don't last. It's hard to make it long-term in real estate, at least,
If you want to last in real estate, you've got to put the time in. You've got to make the calls. You've got to knock the doors.
Yeah, get belly to belly.
You've got to see the people, STP.
STP.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And build relationships.
Yeah, you got to be a people person.
You got to be a people person. Yeah.
And that's why you've enjoyed real estate for so long.
I've loved it. I mean, didn't come from a sales background, so I'm not a pushy salesperson.
Yeah.
But I give them the benefits of buying a property or what are the detriments. I don't hold back. I tell them the truth.
You just shoot straight with them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you got to do.
Exactly.
Got to be honest with people, and that's how you build long-term relationships.
Yeah.
They got to. People can see through you.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely, you got to be genuine.
And that's how you're doing business with your clients' kids and their kids, you know? It's just like, it's a long line now.
Oh, it's wonderful. Right? My business now is I'd say 80 to 90% referral business.
Yeah.
People that I've worked with before, kids and grandkids and even mom and dad.
Yeah.
Right? So it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. But having said that, Jeremy, I put a lot of time in what they call prospecting.
Oh, yeah. The fun stuff.
I hate that word, prospecting.
Yeah.
I used to be on the phone 3 hours a day, every morning from 9 till 12. And I did that for a good 15 years.
Where'd you get the names and numbers? Is that just flip open to the A's of the yellow pages and then just go through it?
No, we used to have, I can't remember what it's called right now, a book about this thick and had all the streets in there with names and numbers. And that was back in like 89, 90. And then in 92 or 93, it was actually online because we got computers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I got to tell you this little story. When I first started, you know how we have the MLS now, realtor.ca.
Yeah.
Everything's available immediately. We used to wait till the morning for the listings to come out, and there were little sheets with all the properties on. We'd pull them apart and put them in different areas.
Yeah. Do you guys have to fight for those books and stuff? All the agents line up?
No, you actually subscribe to it from the Toronto Real Estate Board.
Okay.
They would deliver it to you, whichever area you wanted, and the buyers you're working with, you try to match them with properties that came on the market that day.
Oh my gosh. You really have to sift through stuff,
It was a lot different process.
Yeah. So I guess that'd be a big game changer for real estate, eh? From your career, that'd be one of the big points where it just kind of shifted, I guess, eh? The pace really picked up.
Well, technology. I remember, let's see, we had the MLS on, we had a computer actually.
A computer?
A computer at the office, and it was so slow. It was so slow. We'd have to dial in with the modem. You don't
I have no idea what that is. Dial in, who are you calling?
You'd call into the Toronto Real Estate Board and it'd connect to their modem, and then you'd get one line at a time on your screen.
Is that what made the scratchy noise?
That's it. Yeah.
See, I know the noise at least.
Yeah. So I stuck with Robert Case Realty till 93. Then I went to Remax, and where we are now, we're at Remax.
Yeah.
But while I was there, I had the opportunity to open up my own brokerage, which I did in 97, called Exit Realty. And we had we grew it up to about 52 agents.
Oof, that's huge.
You probably don't remember, I had a bit of a health issue in 2000.
Yeah, I was just a kiddie.
Yeah, and we decided to close the brokerage at that point. I went back to Remax, and it's the best move I've ever made.
Yeah. With Exit, what was kind of the what was the decision for you to open your own brokerage? Because you said Remax was great. Why'd you want to open a brokerage?
Well, when I got into real estate, my plan was to have my own brokerage at some point in time. So I got
from the beginning,
yes,
eh? That was always the plan?
I got my broker's license within 2 years, because you have to have a broker's license to actually open a brokerage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to have a broker of record in every office, right?
Correct. So then this opportunity with Exit came along, and I jumped in with both feet. You know, we didn't hold back.
Yeah, you and Mom wheeled and dealed for a while.
She was the manager of the office. She was the manager, and
kept you in line.
Yeah, we had some really, really good agents. But having said that, the model of Exit, it's more for part-time agents in the GTA area, because Remax was so strong. So we were getting a lot of part-time agents, and unfortunately, when you have part-time agents, there's no guaranteed income, no guaranteed sales.
Yeah.
And guess what? The broker still has to pay all the secretaries, the office space, all the equipment.
Yeah.
So it was a struggle. It was a struggle.
Yeah. Adds up quick, right? When you're kind of shouldering the burden of everyone, right? So that's fair. And then what year did you go back to Remax?
2004.
2004.
Remax Rouge River. I would
have been 10 then, eh? I think I'm starting to piece it together.
Yeah,
I remember when just a wee lad.
You would have been 10.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember or not, I was racing the F1200 then, the car.
Yeah.
And we had the Exit stickers on it.
Those were wicked colors. The teal?
Yeah.
That was the biggest regret about leaving Exit, eh? The teal colors.
But I remember we decided on July, I think it was 14th or 15th, we're moving brokerages. We're closing. And I remember peeling off the stickers at the race in Shannonville. And we had no stickers on
just a white car,
because I was so
Yeah.
peeved at them.
You're just done with it, huh?
We were done with it. So,
Yeah.
like I said, since then, been back at Remax Rouge River. Big kudos to the Pierce family. They're the owners, they're the brokers. Wonderful, wonderful people.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it ever since. And now you've joined me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. For myself, getting into real estate, I kind of decided that, the reason I wanted to get into real estate wasn't even because of you, you know?
We did not push you into real estate.
No.
Your own decision.
Yeah, I heard Mom was pretty adamant about that. She was about let your kids find their own path, you know? And you guys have been great for that, for us kind of find your passions and just pursue them, you know? Like, I went to university for philosophy, you know? I love arguing and I love debating and reading old books.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff. So philosophy was my calling in university. It was just being able to do critical thinking and really kind of push the bounds of where you can go with thought arguments was something that I really enjoyed. Never really saw myself as business savvy necessarily, but in university I did some volunteering, and those volunteer opportunities turned into jobs where I worked at the student union, ran in politics a couple of times too, and that's when I kind of found for myself, I just love working with people. Like, I like being around people face to face, belly to belly, and really engaging with people in that way. So after university, I took a job doing cold calling at that company downtown Toronto, and it's talking to people, but it's not in front of people, and it was painful. That's just kind of how that ended up. So it's the way it goes, right?
So where do you see your real estate career going now that you've joined your dad?
Where's it go from here? Huh?
Yeah, where's it go from here for you?
Where's the future? For myself, I know for real estate, I've always wanted to be able to be in control of my own business. So kind of starting my own team would be something that I'd love to do. I've never pursued it seriously, but I've always wanted to own my own business, you know? Whether I've had fleeting ideas for different apps or different e-commerce ideas and stuff like that, but never really was able to wrap my mind around some of those things.
Yeah.
So, and then with real estate, it was just kind of an aha moment. Like, I get to be in control. I'm the boss, you know? I get to really steer this into the direction I want. So for me, it's over the next couple of years of building a solid foundation for myself of what I needed to do to become successful in real estate, and then being able to teach people. Because, like, going back to my other experience at Diabetes Canada, I love doing presentations and talking to people and really answering questions and making people feel knowledgeable about different topics. Like, that's even what I did in university when I was volunteering in some of the jobs that I had as working at the student union, giving people financial literacy, finding different resources at the school and how to utilize them properly. Like, that's something I'm really passionate about. And it's like, it's interesting that real estate, a career that I never really considered for myself, can align all these things.
Pulls them all in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's about how you apply yourself, right? And what you want. And that's kind of what I've found with real estate. I can apply myself, all these things that I enjoy in a career.
You're helping people make probably one of the biggest decisions they'll ever make is buying a home as far as an investment goes.
Yeah, exactly.
It is an investment.
It's usually the biggest one someone will make in their lives, right?
Yeah.
So it can be tense, you know? I know, like, doing my first deal was pretty nerve-wracking. Like, I remember
that was
sitting...
fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, we'll call it fun. I remember sitting at the dinner table, like, why isn't the agent answering? Where is the agent? Come on, get back to me. No.
But once we found out that you got the deal, how exciting was that?
It was over the moon, you know? It was, couldn't stop smiling, you know?
Yeah.
Cracked the Prosecco, and we had a good night.
Helping a first-time buyer, there's no feeling like it.
Oh yeah, such a relief, you know, especially in this market. Being a first-time buyer, it's painful.
It's very, very, very tough.
Yeah,
very
you really feel for people, you know.
You do.
It's difficult to really get in front of this market. What we've been doing with buyers is really sitting down, creating that checklist of what's it nice to have and need to have, right, and trying to manage that list and manage expectations, because that's one of the biggest things to do, right? Manage expectations.
I always call it the Benjamin Franklin approach, pros and cons. But unfortunately, in this market, you're going to have to put up with a lot of cons.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just can't get into the market. You're not going to get that perfect house.
Yeah. And what's happening in the Durham region, people are getting priced out of there so quickly, you know? You might have been born and raised in Durham and your parents bought a place for, what did we buy our place for originally?
$318,000 in 1993.
1993.
Now
right?
the value is probably around 1.5.
Yeah, it's like, that's obscene, you know?
Yeah.
So like for me to live in Durham is next to impossible, right? It's going to take a hefty amount of savings and maybe a little cosign here and there.
Anytime.
Yeah. But it's difficult right now, right? So even taking that in consideration, people have to move out of Durham, you know? Luckily, well, I guess silver lining of the pandemic, a lot of people have been able to work remotely, so location isn't as important. So people need to kind of consider these things.
Having said that, though, because of the pandemic, a lot of people have moved further and further out. So in the outskirts, prices have gone up just as much as Durham.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect, right?
Yeah,
the people that paid prices in Toronto that are now moving out to Durham, they're paying Toronto prices in Durham.
Exactly.
And then the Durham people are moving out to even farther east and paying Durham prices. And it just like...
Moving out to Northumberland and paying Durham prices out there now.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. The problem is that there's just not enough supply, you know? Things aren't being built fast enough, you know? That's the real problem. We're seeing huge communities being built, but not quick enough, like Seton going up above Pickering, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
huge, 90,000 homes, I believe it is.
Yeah, about 90,000 homes. And then over in Whitby, just by Brooklyn, they're building 20,000 homes over the next couple of years, you know? But I don't know if that's enough, you know? There's a lot of people coming into the point of their lives where they want to own their first home, own their first...
Well, plus we have a lot of immigration too, which is wonderful.
Yeah,
We need housing.
Yeah. So really, we need the supply to be able to accommodate everyone, right? It makes it difficult when we don't have enough available, you know? Before, like when you started, it was...
When I started, listings be on the market 60, 90 days, and you get what they call expired listings where homes don't sell. And that was not uncommon. You'd be, you know, if you sell a house within the first 30 days, you're doing wonderful. I remember I used to have a stat where it said, my homes sell within 21 days.
21 days.
Which was really good because the average out there was over 35.
Yeah. Today, the seller would be panicking if you hit 21 days.
They'd be calling you, what's going on here? Why is nobody buying my house?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was what they call a buyer's market.
Yeah.
We've been in a seller's market for a long time.
It's a tricky time for people right now, but as a realtor, you got to kind of ride that wave, right? It's ebbs and flows. There's highs and lows of what we're doing. And as a new agent, you got to be able to kind of cut through it and prospect, like we said, right? You got to be able to cut through it, find people that want to be able to work with you, right? Like, what did prospecting look like for you when you started? You mentioned the little Toronto Sun ad and making calls, but what else did you do?
Well, I called 3 hours a day. I'd be on the phone. Actually, I used to be standing on the phone.
Standing. You sound better, right?
You generate better tonality.
Yeah, you got to smile when you're on the phone too. They say that. Yeah, always be smiling.
You got to be smiling when you're on the phone. And I remember when I had my own office, I had agents coming in every morning. We'd meet at 8:30, and we'd role play for half an hour. In other words, what you're going to say, and then go back and forth.
Yeah.
And then by 9 o'clock, we'd be on the phone till 12. But you know what was sad about that? It didn't last very long. Most agents dropped out.
Yeah.
So I'd be doing it all by myself.
Yeah, no, I can feel for those agents. Cold calling is not for me.
It is not fun.
It's a painful process. I like to see the emotions of people rejecting me. So.
Well, you like door knocking, don't you?
Oh, I love door knocking because that's the difference. I'm belly to belly with people. You know, I'm actually engaging with them.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel so cold, even though it's a person you're meeting for the first time. You're at the door. They're like, "Who are you?" But you know, it's important to differentiate yourself from every single agent out there, you know, and it is difficult. There's a lot of ideas that are repeating, you know, like door knocking was something that was huge hit in the 80s and 90s, and here it is coming back again, you know, because you're getting in front of people. And for myself, it's not about, hey, I'm looking to sell your place, or I got buyers that are looking to buy your place, you looking to sell. It's really going as a market facilitator, being like, hey guys, the market is really hot right now, and I want to make sure you feel that you understand what's going on around you so that if it is something of interest to you, you can take advantage of it. Or if you just want to know what's going on, let me give you that information. I'm not looking trying to sell your place today. You know, you've got no obligation to talk to me, but I want you to feel informed about what's going on. Little spreadsheet of what's going on in the market around them and how that can be beneficial to them, to just be in the know, you know? It's not about putting people in buckets of how hot or warm they are for selling, you know, whether you know them really well or you don't know them really well. It's now or not now, you know? That's something that Tom Story talks about and a couple other agents. It's about understanding that people, they're going to have their time, and it's not on you to kind of force it or make them feel they need to sell right now. You know, you want to understand their wants and needs and being able to tailor your response to that, right?
But having said all that, we have gone out there and door knocked because we've told people that we have buyers, because we do have buyers that are looking. So that's another service that we give to the buyer. We'll actually go out there in the neighborhoods and knock on doors, see if anybody wants to sell their house.
Yeah, no,
we do have a legitimate buyer.
Yeah, not to discount that. It's definitely a valid approach to trying to go out there. It really comes down to a numbers game then when you're doing it like that, right? You gotta really push yourself to find the right people out there that are looking for selling. They're not looking to put a sign on the lawn because they don't want the neighbors being nosy Nellies or whatever, right? They just want to get it done quick, and you can provide that service, right? So I guess the way I've been doing door knocking, it's more of an approach of coming as a friend, someone that wants to...
As a resource.
A resource, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Trying to support them, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we're starting a farm, right? We're going out...
Farm? What the heck is a farm?
A farm, glad you asked.
Are you growing corn?
Yeah, well, planting seeds, that's for sure.
Planting seeds,
yeah,
exactly.
You got to plant the seeds if you want to reap the rewards,
yes,
right?
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah, a farm is basically an opportunity for...
Geographical farm.
Geographical farm. Got to be important with that, yeah. It's a geographical farm where we're picking an area where we want to be kind of the...
Known as the experts.
Yeah, we want to be local experts in that area.
Yeah.
So we're working with a small area, about 700 homes?
Yeah.
About 700 homes where we know all the sales that have happened there over the last year, understanding what's happening to the market, the increases, trends, right, of what's happening, and then sending out flyers so that people are getting that information and really understanding what's going on around them. And then the kicker is we do a follow-up where we're door knocking a couple days after the flyers go out. Hey guys, did you see the information that we're sending out? We wanted to answer any questions you guys had about what's going on around you.
That's providing service.
Exactly. It's we're not looking to do a transaction. We're looking to be a resource.
We are eventually looking to do a transaction.
It comes into play, right? But that's the difference, right? When most of agents are just looking for a transaction. When you're the guy looking to be a resource, people notice that, right? They want to be helpful.
Yeah.
Be helped. Sorry.
I'll tell you this little story here. One of my managers said, if you get a rejection from somebody, there's a 4-letter word in real estate you've got to remember.
Okay.
Next.
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 Thank you, next.
Next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's what it is. Little mantras like that, eh? Keep you going. Yeah. That's it's important. So
The harder you work, the luckier you get.
yeah, you make your own luck, right?
Exactly.
You got to be what's the saying? You got to be good to be lucky. You got to be lucky to be good.
Yes.
So you got to make it for yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's important. And just kind of going off the idea of a resource, that's why we wanted to start this show, right? We wanted to be a resource for people. We wanted to help people because I'm pretty fresh to real estate. I'm still learning what it takes, learning the ropes, right? Of how to do this properly, how to engage with people and make sure they feel comfortable that I'm an expert to them and that they can trust me with this. So we started this podcast as that opportunity where we can talk about the different do's and don'ts, the checklists.
The good thing is you don't have to listen to us all the time because we will have different experts on, i.e. mortgage brokers, lawyers,
contractors,
home inspector, a stager. So we'll have different resources for everybody. And if there's anything in particular that you'd like, just let us know. Yeah, we're open to ideas and opportunities. We really want to make sure this show feels like you're taking something away, not just listening to us drone on. No. We get boring. Yeah. We spend too much time together. We play hockey together. Yeah. We race cars together.
You try to play hockey with me.
He's a goalie, and I try to score on him. Lately, I don't score so much on him anymore.
Hey, you're the leading scorer on your team, so I'm lighting a fire under you. You know, we usually have a running bet. If you can get at least a goal or two, you get $10 between us.
You still haven't paid me from last time.
Double or nothing.
And the time before that.
Easy there.
It's always double or nothing.
Yeah.
Plus, next year we're hoping to go racing again.
Yeah. Racing is kind of our huge passion that we
It's
live.
a huge passion that we both have. The whole family has it, actually.
Yeah. And that's real estate's made racing nice because you're not working weekends if you don't want to. You got to plan your schedule around racing. So, and it's a good sponsorship opportunity.
Sponsor ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Stonehills Realty car. But yeah, racing, we've been doing that now forever. How long have you been racing the V?
The V started in 2001.
2001?
No, 2000, sorry.
2000. So we're in 21 years now, eh?
21 years, yeah.
And then kicked you out of the car in
2012, 13.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And it's been my baby ever since.
Been your baby ever since. And
I got a good crew chief, yeah. Yeah.
I pretend that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Tried it. We both
Love
do.
to get our own 2 cars though, right?
Yeah,
I'd love
that's
to
the
get
dream.
back in the car.
Shake and bake out there.
Shake and bake out there, yeah. Exactly.
But no, this has been a good start. A great opportunity for us to kind of introduce ourselves, who we are. We drone on a little bit about different stuff, but keep it natural.
We're new at this. We're new at this.
Yeah, we're learning.
Feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, obviously.
Yeah, share this with people that are interested in learning more about real estate. Even shoot us a message. We'd love to answer questions about what you're interested in learning. Any questions about the show itself that we can kind of give a more detailed response if you're looking for that. But we're an open door, open office door, right? We're always looking to help.
It's not a sales pitch here. This is about serving.
Yeah, serving people, right? It's no obligation. Just talk to us.
Talk to us.
We're friendly enough.
Yeah.
So thanks a bunch for tuning in for our first episode. We'll catch you on the next one.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.